Welcome to the Exposer. So recently a documentary called Catch Her If You Can on BBC came out, and it was about Spac Nation pastor Mariam. So on the documentary there was a lady called Tamara, and she spoke about what Mariam had done to her. And because the documentary was only for 30 minutes, the BBC couldn't break down all the facts and all the evidence. So we felt that it was necessary for people to get all the facts and evidence, because we've been in communication with Tamara to get more proof about what went on between Mariam and her. And we saw on Twitter a lot of people were confused. A lot of people still did not quite understand. So it was only right we spoke to her. So Tamara was married at the time, and her husband was involved allegedly in a sexual relationship, in a sugar daddy relationship with Mariam. So Tamara confirmed that Mariam found her husband on a sugar daddy website called Ashley Medlane. And Mariam was fully aware that this man was in a relationship, in a marriage. And in this picture, you can see this is Tamara's ex-husband, who is 70-year-old. So he's 40 years older than Mariam. So on the documentary, Tamara spoke about basically Mariam getting around 77 to 100k from Tamara's ex-husband. And that was basically what she made during her sexual encounters with Tamara's ex-husband. So it was around 77 to 100,000 pounds. So what she had, he funded her lifestyle. She was even renting out an apartment, a nice apartment, and he paid for a lot of things for her. And when Tamara found out, at first she thought that it was a scam that happened, and later on she discovered that her husband was having a sexual relationship with Mariam. And he was embarrassed about it because she wanted to go to the police to explain what had gone on. And she realized that Mariam was basically a lady who planned these things. She will deliberately go on websites, sugar daddy websites, to find a white older person and will financially exploit them in return for sexual pleasure. After more investigation from Tamara, she actually tracked down 2 other older victims of Mariam who went through the same situation, where she made quite a lot of money by pleasing them sexually as well, allegedly. And the worrying thing for us here is the fact that there's many young girls who live with Mariam, and there's too much evidence out there about Mariam of her confessing what the girls in her household must do. She's said statements like, if you don't know how to make money, then she doesn't know you. If her girls in her house do not work or do not find that seed, then they know where the door is. We've heard Mariam said that she controls their finances, and everything that she tells them to do, they must do. Now, we're not saying she's encouraged them to do the same thing, but there's many reasons to suggest that Mariam potentially could have encouraged some of these young girls to do the same things. And even if she doesn't tell them or encourage them to do it, she puts so much pressure on these young girls to find that seed that it could potentially push some of these young girls to do the same thing that she allegedly partakes in. Now, with Tamara's ex-husband, through the transactions, there was a lot of cash withdrawals. There was a lot of ex-5-star hotels that the money was getting spent on for Mariam. There was iPhone invoices, and there was a lot. And Tamara also believes that a lot of the money that her husband gave to Mariam potentially was what she used to open her shop in Westfield, which had to close down because Mariam was arrested, of course, again, for things that she had done in the past. So everything has been verified and checked. There's been bank accounts that's been verified and checked to Mariam. There's been documented in statements with solicitor, when divorce proceeding, and this has all been verified with BBC lawyers. So Tamara has all the evidence there. So not only does Mariam scam people, which she's been convicted numerous times for doing that, the fraudulent activities, Mariam, not only does she encourage her girls to be in debt, she also gains her finances from mingling with sugar daddies, by going on sugar daddy websites and living off their finances. So this so-called fake pastor is also there destroying marriages. And this is the woman that Toby decided was good enough to become a leader of young girls. This is the person that Toby decided was worthy of being a pastor. And you guys can understand why this place is a cult. And the only thing that interests them is just money. So whoever brings in the money, any way, shape or form, will be welcomed as a pastor at Spac Nation.